Hello, this is Cedric Cobb, the CEO of the Best Pocket Square Holder LLC, and I understand that you're watching Fashion Watch Citizen TV.
That's us representing across the world. Thanks so much for watching Fashion Watch. It's time for Fashion Watch. Catch us every Saturday right here on Citizen TV with the Fashion Watch resident panel of celebrity judge Ian Mbogo, celebrity thespian, critiquing this week's fashion trends with us here on Fashion Watch. Also with us is celebrated award-winning fashion journalist Carol Odero, also critiquing this week's trends and telling us what's in, what's not. And let's take a look at Carol. Okay, I'm waiting to see Carol.
I'm waiting to see Carol.
Yeah. That's Carol. Okay. Yeah. And also with us is Annabelle Onyango. She is a celebrity stylist, and we will be critiquing this week's fashion trends with Annabelle as well. Let's begin with what's been happening this week. Okay. So this is Zari Hassan, celebrity couple Zari Hassan and Diamond, and this was during the Colors of Africa launch. Diamond Platinum has been working with Mafikizolo of South Africa on a new single, and this is them at the launch of that single. And we want to talk about these nudes. Annabelle, what do you think? The color combination, they seem to step out in a coordinated manner. Looking at them over the recent months, what do you think about this look?
I mean, I like the subtle coordination between the two. The both of them wearing neutrals. I think that's, you know, it's coordinated, but it's not corny. I think Diamond, I mean, he's really consistent in his style, and I love him here. I mean, he's wearing that gorgeous sort of I guess it's a military colored suit. I love the styling, and I love the cut of the lapel. That's a really modern lapel where a jacket kind of looks like a tuxedo, but it's not quite. And he just looks really well tailored. He's very styled, and his clothes are expensive, actually. I cannot fault anything about his look. His wife, however, yeah. I mean, I think we are past the days where, you know, just wearing a sort of simple bandage dress is enough. I think, especially because they were at an event that apparently commemorates Africa. I feel like she could have brought it a little more. I feel like she just looks like she's going to the club, you know, and I feel like he deserves better on his arm. No shade.
Wow. So I want to talk about this look on Diamond, Carol, because notice he doesn't have any socks on, and we've seen this you know, on the Fashion Watch before, but how to pull off this look before we get to Zari, who Annabelle feels didn't quite do it. But let's talk about Diamond's look first.
Well, I love this look on Diamond. Everything Annabelle said about the blazer, about the coloring, it's very, very well cut, it's very well done, very stylish, and it has the ease of a man who's used to looking good and having a specific kind of style. I'm not feeling the no socks rule, though. I really have to say that, because it can work if you're wearing a tuxedo and it covers the shoe, but with this kind of loafer and that kind of suit, I don't think it works. But I do have to say that he's given the suit his distinct personality, and this is how you can bring yourself into an outfit. Because if you see his accessories and the gold, how he's put the tiny little details, how his hair looks, all these little things, these are what differentiate him from everybody else, because anybody can put on that suit, but they won't look the way he does.
Okay, and what about Zari for you?
Well, actually, I like what Zari is wearing. The reason being that for a lot of women, when they have babies, you know, when she was smaller before she got pregnant, and when you have a baby, it's a challenge for a lot of women, but it takes a while before your head catches up with your body. And Zari has not tried to dress the body she had. She's dressing according to what she looks like now. So she's very pragmatic about her fashion. So if she's choosing to wear this outfit, it's because she feels that it embodies what she looks like now. She's not trying so hard to look like she's, you know, a young little girl.
Too clingy a dress for somebody that just had a baby, don't you think?
I don't think so, because you can wear pregnant fashion, you can wear something like this and it still has a big belly bump, so I don't think that's really necessarily it. Perhaps it's just that the whole look, the way it's put together, it kind of needs a bit more polish to it. Yeah.
Okay. So, Ian, this is a performing artist, and we're not going to get into the details of who he has by his side, and whether she's stealing his shade, I don't know. But the whole look on Diamond, no belt, no socks. Let's talk about that look, because I saw you agreeing with Carol that the whole socks, no socks thing wasn't working
with those shoes, and then when he's got a tie and he's got a kerchief, I think he should have worn socks and different shoes. Yes, and a belt.
And well, yeah.
It's hard to tell if he's wearing a blouse, but it
yes.
doesn't look like he is.
I don't think he is. Annabelle, the no socks look for you.
I mean, I think it works with this particular look because I think it's an updated version of a traditional suit, and you're not going to get Diamond, who's, you know, this young superstar, you know, showing up in sort of a traditional head-to-toe look. There's something about it that has to be edgy, and I think because of all the sort of styling on top with the lapel pin and the tie and the pocket square, I think he stopped there with the accessories and just, you know, forewent the socks, which I think is appropriate.
I would say you should go for diamond-specific socks. Yes,
Which is like
he's already done that with
Friends and
everything
Happy
else.
Socks.
Why not do the socks? Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not going to tell him to pick something and take it
Not
out?
in this case,
Not in
no.
this case. Okay, fine.
So what do you think about Diamond's look? The hashtag is Fashion Watch, and Zari's look as well, by the way. We want to know. So this is Michelle Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama. She was with the President Barack Obama at Kensington Palace, and looking at British press, everybody said that for the first time ever, somebody actually killed it. I mean, when standing next to Michelle, that is, people felt that Kate Middleton stepped out looking better. I don't know, Carol, let's start with you. What do you think?
I love
Who
Kate
wore it
Middleton.
better?
I actually think that Kate did. I love her look. It's very modern. It's almost like a professional young woman kind of look. And there's a reason why every time she wears something, it flies off the shelves and it sells out. And this is specifically why. Because she makes fashion very accessible and very easy to wear. And very pragmatic. You know, because most of the time you see people who set trends and their fashion, it's great, you look at it and it's fun, but then what? But she actually makes it very possible for you to leave your house, go buy it and then wear it and then find a way to make it work for you. I'm not sure about Michelle's look, specifically because of this bolero jacket. I find it so dated. I'm not really sure why she's wearing it. The last time I saw something like this was like 15 years back, and people are wearing it, honestly.
Yes.
And she's such a beautiful woman. She has such a great sense of style, and she's very modern. I really don't know why she wore the bolero jacket. That is just killing the whole look for me.
Yeah.
And yet she has toned arms.
I know.
Let's hear your thoughts.
Oh, Kate does it beautifully. Better than Michelle here.
Effortless.
Yes. The dress fits her perfectly. I don't think she needs to add anything or remove anything.
and Annabelle, for the skater dress that Michelle has on and the bolero, and then looking at, of course, what Kate is wearing, who do you think stepped out looking better on this one?
Yeah, the public was right. It was definitely Kate who took the crown. No pun intended. I just feel like, you know, Michelle, she's a tall woman. So the proportions here are a little bit odd because the bolero sort of cuts her off in a weird place and it makes her look really bottom heavy. And she's not bottom heavy. She's actually really well proportioned. There's too much happening, too many colors, too much volume. Whereas, you know, Kate is doing the exact opposite. The Duchess, she's sleek, she's monochrome, and she does, you know, she's royal, she's blue-blooded, and it shows here. I mean, she's perfection here.
I'm curious about the blend of the nude and the black heel and the black clutch. What Kate has going on there. What do you think?
Yeah, that was an interesting styling choice. I would have gone nude all the way, but you can tell that this was a considered choice. That's why her shoe matches her bag.
Okay, so who do you think wore it better, Kate or Michelle? Please let us know. Use the hashtag #FashionWatch. And this is Diamond with Mafikizolo. Again, Diamond has recently collaborated with Mafikizolo, and we are so waiting to hear just how good a job they did on their latest single. And this is them. Let's talk about Theo. Let's begin with him. You know, he with a similar hat to Diamonds and the jacket, and I want to hear your thoughts, Ian. Let's talk about their look.
I like it. T-shirt, jacket, sleeves rolled up, an artist. That's fine. That is fine.
Okay, Carol.
Oh, I love the look. It reminds me of Pharrell Williams, especially because of that big hat. It's the whole thing about being a man who's easy with clothes and style and fashion. You know, there's no judgment here. There's no recrimination. I have to look a particular way or have a particular personality to dress this. So it's just easy. You know, I just put on a t-shirt, I throw this on. I'm comfortable around clothes and I know what to do with them.
And Annabelle, what are you thinking about this style? Because, okay, so Diamond and Theo look very, well, similar, I don't know. But then again, let's talk about the girl as well. And these guys just stepping out, you know, endorsing their new single, and whether this was appropriate, whether it's too dressed down, whether it's just fine. What do you think?
Of course, Diamond sleek, he always kills it, always manages to look effortless. Now, the lady from Mafikizolo, her name is Lanla, and she actually has a fashion line called NN Vintage, if you look that on Instagram, and it's a beautiful fashion line. It's really sort of dramatic and colorful. And then you see her wearing sort of jeans and a top. And I just feel like, you know, when you're the only lady standing up with a panel of men, that's really your chance to bring it and shine and show off your line and do the most. And she's doing the least here, and I just don't understand why.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of her, so this disappoints me.
Okay. Okay, so let's see what else we have on Fashion Watch tonight. Okay. This Michelle Obama and the Queen herself. By the way, happy birthday. She just turned 90. So let's talk about Michelle, and this a far cry, I think, from what we just saw. I don't know. Okay, so let's hear your thoughts, Carol.
Oh, I love this look on her. It's very statuesque. It fits with her proportions. It doesn't make any part look bigger or smaller than the other. It flatters her shoulders and it shows off her skin tone. And she's done very little with her accessories, you know, because you can't do a lot when you're wearing something that low cut and that black, and then you have such a bold chunky piece. You don't want to keep adding big earrings and more bracelets up your arm. That's something you do when you're younger, but as you grow older, again, you know, you find more sophisticated pieces and more sophisticated ways of wearing it. So this is something that is very regal and appropriate for Kensington Palace, definitely. I actually think that she's, you know, making everybody else not look that great, especially the husband. Yeah, and the Queen, you know, so it's she's the embodiment of what you should wear if you're going to Kensington Palace, so they should learn from her.
Yeah, Annabelle, this look for
stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I can't fault it. I mean, it's, you know, showing her statuesqueness. You know, the statement jewelry. I love that. I love the way she's paired it. I mean, usually we'll say the rule is wear one piece of statement jewelry. Here she's wearing two, and it works so well because everything else is sort of all black. So the jewelry really stands out. I love the way her hair is pulled back, so it really offsets the jewelry. I think it's perfect.
Ian, your thoughts?
Love it, love it, love it. I'm wondering, what was she wearing in the other one? Was that her hair or a wig?
It's her hair.
It's her hair in the other picture as well?
Yeah.
Gee, okay, chameleon.
Okay.
Love this.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else we have for you tonight. And this is little Prince George, and he stayed up late to meet Barack Obama. And we want to talk about kids' fashion and what your babies wear to bed. Because look at how cute he is in his PJs and his gown. You just want to hug him. So let's begin with you, Annabelle. What are we dressing our kids in? And you know, it's not necessarily expensive, but let's talk about toddler fashion, baby fashion. Because look at this child. This is a statement right here. Okay, I'm gushing, but let's hear from you.
I mean, what a sweet boy. He's so cute. His cheeks are literally rosy. He's such a cute kid. I mean, this is obviously a moment that's produced for the cameras, and you have this kid who's like, I don't know, 3, and he looks like Hugh Hefner in this robe, I feel. Like, you know, I mean, he's so styled, which I guess is part of the spiel. That's what the public want to see. I don't think this kid goes to bed like this every night. I think this was just for the cameras.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Okay. I actually disagree. I think he probably does. I mean, again, just like Kate Middleton has the Kate Middleton effect and everything sells off the shelves when she wears it, so does little George. He has that effect on sales of baby clothes, and he's done that since the moment he was born. Everything from his pram to his cute little shoes, everybody just goes and buys them because they want to look like Prince George.
Which brings me to the question I had earlier asked. So we're out there buying all these cute nighties, but for our kids, really, this, you know, a leaf to borrow from? What do you think?
Well, pajamas don't hurt. I mean, this is how you introduce kids to fashion. They have a sense of clothes as something to wear that is comfortable around the house. That you know, you don't put in so much effort. It's just part of how you grew up, and it's not just to cover nakedness. Again, it's something that you can feel the luxury in it, or you can feel how comfortable you feel you are as a child when you're wearing it, as opposed to what you look like when you're being scruffy and playing outdoors. You know, there is a whole balance of making kids understand that clothes are about more than just, you know, something that mommy and daddy are making you wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ian.
Now, this was set up for the cameras.
That's for sure. Cynical. Oh my goodness.
It was set up. We've got to show that he was ready for bed.
But that's because we don't have a pajama wearing culture in this country.
But have you seen everything else that this kid wears? I mean, this is not even a stretch of the imagination to see him wearing that to bed.
Well, they know he's going to be in public a lot, and he's going to be very photographed.
Maybe it was
so
a gift from Hugh Hefner.
He's got to dress up.
So are you suggesting he sleeps naked?
No.
So what are you saying then? Because that's what I'm getting at. We are not a pajama wearing nation.
We are.
We are, but our definition of pajamas is not that.
not
It's
that.
like SpongeBob pants.
Yes,
Like if
it's
it was
like,
SpongeBob pajamas, that would be more realistic.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Not silk.
And just go to the shops and see pajamas for kids, or even for grown-ups.
Yeah.
It's the same type throughout. Yes.
Okay, let's see what else was happening. So this is straight off the runway, and I think this is a conversation we've had previously here when we go for these fashion events and when designers are showcasing their styles, whether this is a look that can be taken off the runway and worn off that runway, either for an event or, you know, just on your day-to-day. Let's begin with you, Carol, your thoughts. And actually, just a word to designers out there, when they design, what statement are they sending? Because we're out there, we watch these shows, but can we actually buy this stuff? Can we buy this stuff?
Well, ideally, when you go to a runway, you see the designer at their most creative best. It's just they're showing you that this is as far as my mind can stretch. This is how interesting the things that play around in my head look like when I put them out here and then they look like clothes. It doesn't necessarily mean that you pick it off the runway and you wear it, unless there are events where you can wear them to. You're Hollywood royalty. There are 1,000 red carpet events. You're getting paid to wear these outfits. You know, there's a whole lot of conditions that would have to exist in order for us to get to that place. We are not there yet. Ideally, you just pick a trend. Perhaps the trend would be its color, and the color is silver. So you find a way to put silver on the runway and show people how to wear silver. Is it a night event? Is it a day event? Maybe it's sheer fabric. How can I mix that with the color of the day? Maybe it's the hairstyle. Maybe it's the makeup. You just pick one thing. You just find one thing to pick. Usually that's how trends get started. And if you see them consistently enough on the runway, maybe 5 or 6 designers have this makeup, or they have that sheer, or they have that kind of silver, then it starts becoming a trend. So that is what starts selling.
Annabelle, what do you think this designer was selling here? Because I wonder whether our viewers are actually still comfortable with this. But what is it that this designer was selling? Can anybody wear this?
I mean, we would have to ask a particular designer, but I would say, I mean, it's conceptual. I think fashion is very subjective, so every designer will come at it with a different sort of objective, a different perspective, and I mean, you take from it whatever you will. If you want to take this straight off the runway and wear it out, that's your prerogative. But if you want to interpret it, maybe lengthen it, maybe remove the sheer, maybe add sleeves, maybe add buttons so your boobs don't fall out, that's all up to you. But, you know...
It's not a wardrobe malfunction, the third part.
Well,
Not yet. It's dangerously close, but it is not there yet.
But you want to tell me she unclipped that to
well,
show?
I don't know, but I think, you know, fashion very subjective. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Ian.
I'm just wondering where somebody wears this. That's what I'm wondering.
On the runway.
On the runway, exactly.
And then how many times? Just runway
once.
that once, and that's it.
Some of these things you just do them for the runway. That's why fashion shows cost so much money. You invest and then you showcase and then you have enough people who are interested in buying, and then you do a diffusion line, which is going to create products that can be sold to the public.
That are functional.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. So let's talk about this as well. Yeah. Wow.
Is this an event? Is this a photo shoot?
This is black. I want to hear from you, Annabelle.
I mean, it's hard to see. It's also hard to know. I wish the producers had told us what the context of this photograph is, because I think context will tell you a lot. And I think our criticism is a lot based on context. Because, like Carol said, is this a photo shoot? If this was a photo shoot, I'd be like, of course, you know, the crazier the better. If it's the street, not so much. So I think context helps us understand a look. So I reserve my judgment because I don't know what's happening in this photo.
If I'm not wrong, this is a photo shoot. This is the Miss Coast. Yes.
It's a pageant?
Yeah. She's the one, she's a beauty queen from the coast. She's the one who, what do you say?
Representing?
Yes.
Okay.
So this was a photo shoot.
Well, regardless of whatever it is, especially if it's her shoot, then it's good to know what is the shoot for. How does she want people to see her? Is this an image she's projecting for her to win a main event, or is it just part of her repertoire? You know, she's showing people that I can change my look, I'm versatile, I don't have to be stuck into the beauty queen mold. It depends on what it is. You know, every photo shoot has an idea and a concept behind it.
I'm curious about who the stylist is, because you have that floppy hat and then you have that peacocky, I don't know.
Right, I love the dress. It's
a dress. It's a cape.
The
what
top
is
is
it?
the top, and then I think there's a bottom. I love the top. I'm not sure what's at the bottom. It looks like a pair of pants, but I love how the design of the black top is. You know, the sheer and the detailing. It's very beautifully done. But I feel like it is lost because of where the shoot is. I don't want to critique the shoot because I don't know what the concept is. So, yeah.
Okay, let's move on. And this was during the Thanksgiving prayers held at Afraha Stadium by the Ocampo 6. And this is Ngina Kenyatta. These are Uhuru Kenyatta's children. So the reason why this picture caught our attention is because of Ngina and the fact that she had previously been photographed wearing skinny jeans. And I think that was during Obama's or the Pope's visit? During the Pope's visit, yes. She was wearing skinny jeans, and a lot of you went out on Twitter and said that that was inappropriate dressing. So here she is in a shift dress, a white maxi, well, yeah, a white dress. And I want to get your thoughts, and flats again. Let's talk about this look, Annabelle. Although she's seated, we sort of get, the impression. So tell us what you think about.
Do we
this
know how old she is now?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I wouldn't. Yeah.
I mean, I think this is an appropriate look. I think these children have grown up in the public eye, and aside from a few missteps here and there, they pretty much know what to do and how to act. I think, I think mom probably, comes down hard on them and lets them know how they must dress and show up to the public appropriately. I mean, if it was me, of course, I would do so much more if I was in the public eye. Do you know what I mean? I would wear designer clothes. I would get tailored, dresses made. I would wear a lot of jewelry. I would be like Kate Middleton and Obama. I'd just do the most. But I would say for her, I mean, this is it's appropriate for the event, and it's age appropriate as well. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think.
For you, Carol, as a fashion journalist, and just the pressure on these kids sometimes to step out. I think Jomo sort of, just went to the floor and does the suits now and sort of dresses like his dad. But the pressure on royalty to dress the part, maybe she's just not into that. Maybe she just wants to do her thing. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, there is that, actually. In fact, I'm hoping that she doesn't change her sense of style because people are opinionated about it. That would be the worst thing that you could possibly do, just because people critique you and they think it doesn't work and it doesn't look like this and it doesn't fit. The problem with growing up in the public eye with something as public as fashion is that, well, of course there's the criticism part, but you're growing up in the public eye and they're seeing you go through the process. So you can't even go through the awkward phases and mourn them by yourself. You have to make sure that you're out there, and you have to change, you have to consider what other people think, you have to weigh your personal sense of style against that, you have to weigh access to fashion. And in fact, this proves to me that the fashion industry in Kenya is not grown enough to be able to dress the president's daughter. She should not be worrying about clothes. They should be bringing clothes to State House and telling her, this is what you should wear. Can I dress you for this event? So the fact that we don't have the Kate Middleton or Michelle Obama effect here with her tells me that we have a long way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, my thoughts are she's in a very awkward position. Here is Mama Ngina Kenyatta, always known to be very smartly dressed. People always, try and see what she's going to wear next. Here is that's her grandmother. Then here is her mother, who's in the same position. People are saying, wow, what is she going to dress next? And then the poor girl, people expect her to be the same. So she's lost. And either she's just decided, I don't care about that, I'm just going to wear what I want. And I think that's what she has decided.
And let's take a look at your tweets. By the way, keep tweeting. The hashtag is FashionWatch. Citizen TV Kenya, Diamond remains a fashion icon for all youths. He kills it. Diamond is very stylish, and for me, that's a thumbs up for him. He knows what suits him.
Suits him.
Michelle's look is the trend to adopt. I'm impressed. Looking lovely. Diamond should have left out the tie for the sockless look to work. I love the olive shawl lapel suit though. Fashion watch.
Way to go, Deborah, bro.
Olive shawl.
I tell you.
Olive shawl.
Oh, hey. Now we know. Now we
all
know.
know. Do you know what that is, Annabelle?
I think that tweeter is responding to the lapel.
Yes. Olive shawl lapel.
Okay, keep your thoughts coming. We hope to have an even better show next week. Good night.
Ian's wearing a dress.
Oh yeah. Just a band. Inspired by Just a Band.
It's my dress.
We shall take a
and Bob is not here, sadly.
Wow. Okay. What do you think about Ian's look? Please let him know. He's wearing a dress, by the way.
Yvonne Afro Street. Yes, Yvonne Afro Street.
Nice, Ian. Okay, so that's all the time we had. Good night.